Every ending marks a new beginning. Now, today in Australia, it's the 5th of April, 2017, and about half an hour ago, Boruto Naruto Next Generations just came out. So, this episode, I have to say, it's really well done. It starts off the same way the manga does. It shows the final confrontation between Kawaki against Boruto with their new powers. Of course, it looks like it's a curse seal. I don't want to get too much into it. We've all examined this from when, the manga chapter came out, but the village seems destroyed, and of course Kawaki says, I'm going to send you to where the 7th is. Boruto, and Boruto says, did it really have to come to this? Do we have to fight like this? And then he says, I'm a ninja. So, Boruto has grown as a character. And well, he actually says he's a shinobi, but basically it's pretty much the same thing. At the start, we see basically Shikadai and Boruto on the train, and they're just running around pretty much. Now this isn't what I'm trying to focus on. At the start of this episode, we see a few kids bully a child called Denki. Now Denki, of course, is a very reserved character. He follows his father's orders. Of course, the father also is one of the richest characters and owns so many things, all over the shinobi world, and basically Denki is supposed to become the heir to that. He's supposed to inherit everything, basically, and he doesn't want to go up against his father. Boruto comes to his defense, beats the bullies up, and then of course more show up, and they both end up running away, and they kind of bond, because Boruto's like, hey, screw that. Follow your own dreams, be your own person. Do not, you don't have to do what your father wants you to. If you want to do something else, go for it. And then they part ways because it's late. It's like 7 p.m. Boruto has to run home, of course, because Hinata, just like Kushina, gets very angry at Boruto, of course, and, like Kushina did with Naruto. So, Denki goes home, and he takes the advice of Boruto and he confronts his father. However, his father slaps him and he's like, listen, if you want to study something else, become strong and you can study anything you want. And he's like, okay, so that's what it's gonna take. And then he's like, I want power. And then all of a sudden this purple snake thing, like I think it's chakra or something, it bites him and it changes him. It changes who he was. It seemingly takes him over. It possesses him. And the next day, this happens. Okay, Boruto is late. He's late to, the entrance of, this new ninja academy. And basically plans on taking the train. But Denki lures those bullies. He lures them onto the train with money, of course, because he's not himself, right? And what he has planned, he's got one of the defective trains from, because his dad owns all of these things, so he's able to utilize them. He uses one, and on the other side of the village is another one, and the tracks connect, and basically what he's planning to have these two collide head on, because he called them defective, just like the train, so he wants to teach them a lesson. Now Boruto shows up, and he's like, listen, don't do this, you don't need to do this. And basically what happens is they end up stopping it narrowly, because Boruto somehow snaps him out of it by just telling him, this isn't you, don't do this. And Boruto seems to have, if you saw in the opening where, we see Kawaki and Boruto has like that eye, like the Byakugan, it's similar to that. He was able to see the chakra behind Denki. He was able to see that it was all mixed up. And that's interesting. They're already showing hints to us of his abilities like this. And this is way before they encounter the Otsutsuki clan that, comes to take Naruto. So this is very, very interesting to me. Because in the manga, he tells them that these blue eyes will take everything from him. And it's really interesting to me. I'm really excited to see where this goes. It's a whole new premise. We've got old characters returning, of course. Naruto, we have him, we have Shikamaru, we have all the favorites, of course. And this is the next generation. Now, I do want to say that Boruto, of course, doesn't, he's not too fond of his father because his father is never around. and Hinata defends him because she's like, a shinobi isn't just about fighting, it's about protecting one's ways, it's about protecting the village. It doesn't have to be fighting, it can do with negotiating, it can do with paperwork. That's what Naruto does. He's the Hokage, he has to take care of everything. He can't just drop things to just show up, you know? He can't just do that. And then she tells him, this is what you'll learn at the academy. You will learn what it's like to be a shinobi, of course. And I really like that. Hinata she's literally a different character from, you see her in Naruto and then you see her in Boruto. She's completely different. She's a mother, she has different priorities. It's amazing. I'm just loving this a lot. It was actually, animation's really good for the first episode, and I'm just still at a loss as to what's happening with Boruto, because his eye goes black and like the white parts go black, and then his normal eye lights up. It kind of looks like a Byakugan, but it's glowing, and it's really strange. So next thing that happens, the carriages start, falling, right? And they get the other 3 bullies to safety. Of course, they all had a laugh. They're kind of getting friendly now, which is good. And of course, Boruto and Denki stay behind. They're like, this isn't our stop. And then they went off-road, like insanely off-road. And I'm just like sitting here like, Boruto is insane. And you can't have a new generation without, like in the first episode, without, defacing one of the Hokage statues. I mean, the monuments. And that's exactly what Boruto does. And ironically, it's Naruto's. It's his monument. It's his face that gets demolished. And Konohamaru shows up and he just restrains Boruto and he's like, okay, you're gonna call me sensei from now on. And Boruto's like, what? Nani? And basically, Boruto is already starting to be a lot like his father in the sense of being able to change people that he comes into contact with, because we have Denki, who is kind of reserved and on his own and, following his father. Within one episode, he managed to get him to have his own will, have his own path, and he was able to get him to make friends and make a bond already. So, in that sense, and also in the sense of protecting what's right, and jumping in without hesitation, he's literally like Naruto in that sense. But do not get me wrong, Boruto is his own character. He doesn't want to be the Hokage. He kind of wants to be like Sasuke. Now, of course, this happens later on, but I like that. I like that we're not going to have like a third. Basically, you're going to have, if he was to become Hokage, you basically have his grandfather, his father, and then him become the Hokage, which would be weird. Personally, I would like to see Sarada become the Hokage. It'd be interesting, and you'd finally have an Uchiha as the Hokage, which would finally kind of get the Uchiha to the point where they want it, even though they were almost extinct now, which sucks. But yeah, this was episode 1 of Boruto Naruto Next Generations. Tell me what you guys thought of this episode down in the comments section below. Did you guys enjoy it? Did you enjoy the animation? Because at the start, the animation was absolutely crisp. I enjoyed it so much. It just looked fantastic. The tone was incredibly dark. The lighting was dark. The emphasis on their curse seals, or whatever you call those, was it was perfect. Kawaki's is red, Boruto's is blue. Basically, Kawaki's, the red color symbolizes anger, and the blue color symbolizes peace. So I'm loving that. And basically, it's like watching Naruto and Sasuke. And I don't know if I commented on Kawaki's voice, but I think it's perfect. Like, they chose the perfect, how do I put it, cast for that voice. Like, he was casted perfectly. He gets the menacing tone down perfectly. It's just great. I'm loving it. And of course, now from episode 1, we're gonna start to watch how these characters grow up and interact to become the characters that they are at that clash. We're gonna see Boruto go from this to what he is at the start of the episode as an adult, basically. I'm pretty sure he's an adult or he's a teenager, same as when Naruto fought against Pain, or maybe older. I'm not too sure, but we may end up getting a time skip sometime soon, or maybe a different show. I don't know, it might be like Boruto Shippuden or something. I doubt it, but I digress. Like I said before, thank you so much for watching my review. Just tell me your opinions and thoughts on the episode in the comment section below. Are you guys excited to find out what Boruto, basically, are you excited to just see how they explain Boruto and Kawaki's abilities and how they get introduced to them? Because I'm pretty sure we just saw a glimpse of what there is to come for them too. And yeah, take care everybody. If you're new to the channel, please do subscribe and share this video with your friends, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Peace.